Welcome to the Verify Pipeline Insights 14.10 kickoff. As a reminder, the Pipeline Insights group is responsible for all of your testing needs inside of GitLab, including job output visibility. In 14.10, we have a couple of different focuses. One is going to be on build artifacts, implementation of MR widget improvements as the second one. Gina will also take some time to dive into our UX priorities. First up, we have an issue that is around mitigating a common challenge with artifacts and testing reports, where currently we signal that an artifact may not be available to populate a specific unit test report. And this can be misleading because you'll see that there are no test cases to display in the current state. It's not really clear on what the root cause of that test report is not populating, which may have to do with artifacts actually being expired. Speaking of visibility, we're working to improve the experience around review apps, which Gino is going to dive into.
Yes. So we did some previous research around review apps, and we actually ran a UX scorecard for it last milestone. So one of the things that we found from the research was that users aren't always sure where the review app will appear within an MR. So we plan to improve the consistency of where it's presented in this specific issue so that it's more obvious. And then another thing that came out of our research, specifically from the UX scorecard, was this issue, which the goal is to improve the instructions in the enable review app modal that you can find when you go to the environments page. So when you're coming to that page for the first time, you can enable a review app and it provides you with step-by-step instructions of how to do that. Right now, it's linking to some deprecated documentation and has like some bugs in the modal, and the steps are a little confusing and they don't generally apply to users creating a review app. So we want to improve that documentation and just make the instructions easier to follow.
As you can see, the MR widget is such a central place for our users to determine where code changes are happening. An improvement that we're also making in 14.10 is going to be around test summary details. This is the second iteration that we implemented in 14.9 related to test summary overview. So we're really looking to offer the superior MR widget experience by adding the details of the test summary to the widget. We're really excited about all the work that we're doing around review apps research, the test summary widget improvements to really drive this consistency of MR widgets in GitLab. This wraps up our 14.10 kickoff for Pipeline Insights. This is going to be such a great release.